People deluded. Now, you guys know I like Xhaka. I'm a fan of Xhaka. I don't think he's half the bad player that people make him out to be. People speak in extremes. People bring up all his stats. I think he's improved to a degree. I think he's actually on the balance. He's had a decent season. He's had a wobble this last little run of games, excluding the Chelsea one. But for me, and I'll keep it fair, man, I can see the use of him in the squad. I don't agree how he plays week in, week out, and is sort of integral to the squad. Whether your opinions on Nuno Emery or Wenger, whatever they are, I can appreciate that two managers with a better wealth of experience than myself have seen something in him to kind of, I wouldn't say build a team around him, but give him a role of importance, playing week in, week out. I get it. He receives the ball off the centre half. He's got ability in terms of playing the football. I just feel his cons outweigh his pros. I know there's a lot of talk of, I know when Cesc Fabregas was here, there was a lot of talk of you kind of need to build a team around him because he's of his shortcomings defensively. A lot of people, if Cesc Fabregas, same man, was going to come to the club, myself included, if he was to look at a midfield, I don't know, of Mesut Ozil, Cesc, and possibly another, I don't know, Santi Cazorla, for example, it'd be a wonderful ball-making squad. But in terms of industrialness and defensively, they would kind of let you down. There's a lot of talk of Ozil's deficiencies defensively, and rightly or wrongly so. Aaron Ramsey, depending on how you look at it, because you've seen games where he's disciplined, you see games where you need him to run forward and stuff, and that comes with a cost. So there's a lot of talk in regards to can you play Ozil and Ramsey in the same side. But I think one thing that goes over people's head is Xhaka. Now, Xhaka, there's even been games this season. I saw it come out the side a couple of weeks ago, and you could see what was missing from him. Personally, I feel Guendouzi's got a lot to answer for in the sense that he's not the finished article. But in the last couple of weeks, for me, until something else happens, I probably will go to Herrera and Guendouzi. That would be my start. But Xhaka's pros outweigh his cons. The man himself has said he's a false 10. Now, I won't compare him to Jorginho. I think Jorginho's probably better. Well, not even probably. I think Jorginho's a better footballer than him. I'll say it at the start of the season. I'm going to maintain it. But they're different, of course. But they're similar in that their strengths are more possession-based, possession side, low tempo, picking out passes, kind of, I won't say dictating, but dictate the game. In England, that does happen. That's why I think he's a squad player. There are games where we're going to be on top of sides and he can play. The problem are, and I'm not going to say he can't play in games like that, because I've seen him play well, even though we lost to United. When we beat United, he played well in that. When we played Chelsea on numerous occasions, he's played well. There's been many a times where I think Xhaka's played well, so I'll give credit to him. But there's also many times where he's not. His strengths, the ball playing, again, listen to my words carefully, the ball playing. When he's got all the time in the world, he's one of the best midfielders in the world. There's that. He's actually a good passer. He's good central to moves. You look at a lot of the goals he started. But the cons, defensively, immobile, defensively, heading into poor areas, not following runners, several things, several incidences. Again, it's not a witch hunt, because there's been times where I think he's been blamed for goals that is not necessarily his fault, but people, when they look at the Arsenal lineup and they say, obviously people have their opinions on Xhaka, but I really rarely hear people use the same logic for Ozil and Ramsey playing in the same side. They say that, because if I haven't actually spelled it out already, if people say a lot with Ozil and Ramsey in the same side, they're both good attacking players, but neither of them defensively are really defensively minded or want to, so it's a lot of kind of passengers in the side, for want of a better word. But nobody says nobody says Xhaka. Obviously you got the two here and you got Xhaka there. Like, Xhaka's a false 10. So if both of them play, like you saw to a degree today when Ozil came on the pitch and obviously Ramsey was doing his thing, we get opened up a lot. Now, Xhaka's got strengths, but his lack of mobility costs us. His lack of defensive mindedness. Even just look at the 2 goals that we conceded against United. Where is he? And I'm not just blaming him, because I feel Torreira can answer for a lot. And if you want my in-depth ones, go and check out my vid. But yeah, man, I feel Xhaka's lost me tonight, man. I'll back a player. You guys know I'm a fair man. I'm not going to sit here and critique players and stuff like that. And I'll still stand by Xhaka to a degree. I'm not going to put a man on a witch hunt, but he's lost me tonight. You guys know I've never said he's a world-class player, he's this, he's that, and the third. I just feel he's a man that could be used in the squad, and I still maintain that. But games like this, you can't be helped. And like I said, for me, it's Torreira, Guendouzi and Ramsey ahead of him at this moment in time. Like, I get that. Again, I think it's overplayed to a degree. I get that. Whatever you may feel about Xhaka, I get that. You know, Emery and some sections of fans can see what he brings in terms of ball playing and stuff like that. But really, can Torreira, Ramsey at a time, even though he's a bit of a different run, Guendouzi, can they not do that? Joe Willock's a long way from probably being in this conversation, but can Joe Willock not even do that? So in regards to the pros or the deficiencies that Xhaka has in his game, being balanced out, but the pros he could possibly offer the team, I don't get it. Again, to use Cesc Fabregas as an example, Cesc, you knew of previous years, defensively he'll mash in the shift, but defensively he'll let you down, but he's going to give you something. I'm struggling to see what Xhaka's giving me. Again, I'll be fair to him. I've seen him put in performances. He's put a shift in and he's ran his heart out and things like that. But I'm struggling to see what he's offering this side that means he can consistently stay in this side, because I keep it fair. When there's other people out of form, I say it. We've all seen it with Xhaka, but he's really lost me in regards to this FA Cup game against United, man. And it's going to be a long way. But I've got nothing else to say on that note, so I'm going to get out of your hair. People deluded.